Good morning, Borderlands players, and welcome to a build video for Borderlands 3, my first on this channel, hopefully more. I recently got back into the series with the announcement of Borderlands 4, and since I'm a build channel for Destiny 2, I thought I'd throw my hat in the ring and try out a video on Zane. I am Bladeburger, your local band-smothering tithe next, you cowards kind of guy. This is the first of these build videos on the channel, so I'd appreciate any thoughts or feedback in the comments. I will also note that my return to 3 is pretty recent, so my rolls aren't 100% perfect, nor is my Guardian rank super high. Not gonna show bosses get obliterated in 3 seconds, because my current setup can't do that. Yet. Eventually I will be able to. Do the good stuff that all content creators tell you to do, and let's get into it. This build on Zane takes advantage of the Seeing Dead class mod and the clone action skill. With it, we are literally invincible and can crowd control at crazy efficiency, even on Mayhem 11 where enemies near one-shot you if they get hit. Let's talk the class mod to start. The Seeing Dead allows mere hits with weapons to give a 4% chance, according to Loot Lemon, to activate all of your kill skills. It also buffs your kill skill bonuses by 10% each. Not sure if it's 10% is added to the bonuses or if it's multiplicative. Anyways, this class mod tells us how to build this Zane, projectile count, and kill skills. The two trees that work best are orange and blue, but for this build I took advantage of purple tree as well. If you're colorblind, just don't be for this video. You can go back to it after watching the video. When looking at all the insane weapons in the game, two really stand out as the best for this build: the Light Show and the Hellwalker. The Light Show because of its projectile count and high fire rate, and the Hellwalker just because it's that good and has a similar high projectile count. The Light Show fires 4 projectiles for the cost of 1 bullet, and each hit is 4% to your Seeing Dead trigger, so it activates them all really quickly. For the Hellwalker, it's just a really good shotgun. I got mine to drop while farming for the Light Show, funny enough. As for the annoyance on the Light Show, as you really don't need an annoyance on the Hellwalker, go for 30% reload each second while clone is active on the Light Show. Try and avoid action skill and annoyance, as the goal with this build is to permanently have them up. Yes, we could use the Mantis Cannon, but I really don't like the Mantis Cannon personally. It took about 80 Light Show drops to get one with radiation damage and the reload annoyant, and it doesn't really have good parts on it, but it's still a crazy good weapon for this build. Really any with the annoyant is great for the build. So what's the class setup? Let's talk class now and highlight the best perks in each tree for the build. By the way, every time I say on kill, just remember that means kill skill, and that every damage tick with weapons gives a 4% chance to activate these on kill abilities. In the blue tree, the most important one, there's a lot of really good perks here. Salvation, which gives lifesteal on a kill. 15% lifesteal at 5 out of 5. With Seeing Dead, you really don't need a kill. It keeps us alive if our shields break. Playing dirty. On kill, your next 5 shots have a high chance to double. With Seeing Dead, you almost always have doubled projectiles. On my current Seeing Dead roll, it's a 105% chance to double projectiles. Good Misfortune. On kill, extend your action skill duration. Probably the most important skill in this entire build, as it allows our action skills to be eternal. It says it has diminishing returns, but with the sheer projectile count we output, it's definitely not diminishing. If you're in a mobbing area, this is eternal. The final perk for this tree that's important is Death Follows Close. All kill skills gain increased duration and effectiveness, 25% effectiveness and 7-second bonus duration, which is huge. For augments to your Sentinel drone, if you're using the Sentinel drone, I use Bad Dose, which makes it deal radiation damage and weaken irradiated enemies. I also have Static Field, which makes the drone emit a shock AoE that regenerates our shields. Very good for sustainability and staying alive. For the orange tree, it's all about our action skill. Synchronicity. Gain 20% weapon damage at 5 out of 5 per action skill active. I use 2 action skills, so I always have 40% weapon damage. Makes up for the poor parts on my main Light Show roll. Donnybrook. On kill, both you and your clone gain health regeneration. Stacks twice. Another great perk to make us totally invincible. But wait, there's more. Fractal Frags, a great perk, actually. It gives your clone a chance to throw a copy of a grenade on kill. It doesn't actually consume the stored grenades, which is very nice. Not that we use our grenades, but it makes grenades actually matter with this build. Get you a Stormfront or something. Quick Breather. When you swap places with your clone, your shield starts to recharge and you give health to your clone, healing 50% of its health at 1 teleport. Double barrel. Your clone gains a copy of your gun, which is really good with seeing dead, as any damage that the clone deals also counts for seeing dead. Additionally, swapping places with your clone gives both of you a 25% bonus weapon damage for a short time. It doesn't say how long on the card. A few things to note here. It gives your clone a base version of your weapon. It gets the element of the weapon, but not the anoint or any other bonuses. Is it still strong? Abso-frickin-lutely. For augments, I'd recommend the German word one, which allows damage dealt to the clone to give you shield, and also digital distribution, which shares health damage with your clone. For the purple tree, Deja Vu, critical kills have a higher chance to return around to the magazine. For the purple tree, Deja Vu, critical kills have a chance to return around to the magazine. Get it? Mostly great with the Hellwalker. Once, with good RNG, I fired off 17 rounds of the Hellwalker before reloading. Commitment. On kill, gain 30% gun damage and 30% action skill cooldown rate. The big thing is the gun damage. The final important perk here is Fugitive, which allows you to run and shoot at the same time. It just feels really good to use. So there's the class stuff, and now here's a simple overview of them. Screenshot if you want. I don't know if there's a site like Dim for Destiny where I could link my build on my Discord. Take a look, criticize my decisions, and send me death threats like that one guy when I said wishful ignorance was better than Synthoceps. And don't forget to subscribe, the most important part. So where to get all these legendaries used here? These legendaries are actually really easy to farm. The Light Show drops from the Lazodactyl in the Obsidian Forest in the Bounty of Blood DLC. The Hellwalker has a high chance to drop from Road Dog in the Splinterlands, but it's also a base game world drop, so you can get it from any sustainable source, like how I got one from Lazodactyl. The class item, Seeing Dead, drops from the Handsome Jackbot in the Handsome Jackpot DLC. He has a very high drop chance of class items, so it's not actually too bad of a farm. Now, what other things do I use with this build? Really, it's your choice. Shields, grenade mods, and artifacts aren't necessary to make this build work, so run the best you can. Stormfront Grenade, Transformer Shield, and the Pearl of Ineffable Knowledge are what I use in those slots. More utility stuff, not really required for the build. This build is insanely fun to use and ridiculously synergistic. Every major part of the build blends together to make you invincible. You can mob effectively, be immortal during bosses, and just never reload. You have infinite health and shield regeneration, crazy action skill duration extension, and strong weapon damage buffs. It all fits together so perfectly. It's one of those builds that makes you remember how much I enjoy build crafting in games. Now with the Easy Max character creator in Borderlands 3 added a few weeks ago, it's easier than ever to make an insane max level build. Speaking of that, which Borderlands 3 build would you like to see next? I do take suggestions in the comments. You'll just have to give me a bit to farm. RNG is a cruel mistress. She's hot though. Thank you all for watching. Blade Burger, out.